Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer, and today we are looking at the RockyMounts BackStage 2-bike platform style rack here on our 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander. This is an awesome bike rack if you are looking for something that swings away and gives you all the space you need to access your hatch, as well as the weight capacity for your heavy electric bikes. Now the way our bike, or this bike rack works, let's take a look at that swing away feature. We have a knob here underneath, and you're going to have to loosen that all the way until it releases from that swing away base. From there, you can then lift up this knob and then tilt it out. Make sure it's fully loosened like that. You can see how it swings smoothly all the way. Let's push it out right there, and then you can access your trunk. Your door swings up. You have plenty of space to move around if you want to grab things out of your trunk that might be a little bit large. This allows you to do so without taking your bikes off. To bring it back into position, you just push it in right over there, and it's a slight twist to get that knob into place, but that secures it just enough so that you can tighten it down right over here. Now there's a little bit of rotation there, so you might have to work at it for a couple minutes, for a minute, so just keep that in mind. But with it tightened down nice and secure, you can see how it sticks to that swing away base and allows you to use it as a normal bike rack. So let's take a look at the way our bike is mounted to this bike rack. Here in the back, we have this ratcheting wheel strap, and here in the front, we have this front wheel mount. So even though I'm carrying a carbon frame bike, like what we have here, I'm not worried about it warping my frame because it secures it by that front wheel. It also works with your heavy step-through bikes, or your women's bikes, or your children's bikes without having to use an adapter bar. So when you want to take your bike off, what you can do is press this button right over here, and then that releases the wheel strap, allowing you to bring it up and out of the way, and then hold on to your bike as you do so. Press this big blue button to release that front wheel mount, push up and out, and from here just take your bike off and you are ready to go on a bike ride. Now with the bike out of the way, let's take a look at the features we have here. We have this nice large wheel strap, and it's slightly lined on the inside just to help protect your wheel. We also have this rotating rear wheel cradle, which has grooves, so if you have your smaller wheels as well as your fatter wheels, this can accommodate tire widths of up to 5 inches. Here in the front, we have this cradle that folds up and down to make it more compact. So let's fold that down, as well as this front wheel mount that ratchets down to secure your front wheel. With it folded into place, let's take a look at some measurements. So you have to remember that when there is a bike rack on your vehicle, there is some length added to it. So let's see exactly how much. Measuring from our rear bumper all the way to the end right over here, it sits at 36¼ inches. That's a fair amount of length, but then keep in mind that you are able to swing this away. Measuring for ground clearance, at the end, right where that handle is, we have it at 18½ inches. And right where that swing away hitches, we have a ground clearance of 10 inches. Now, ground clearance is something to keep in mind when you're going up a steep incline, like a driveway in a hill, and you have about 10 inches of ground clearance to work with where it swings away. This can also fold up, and to do so, you do have this lever right here. It's bright blue, you can't miss it. Pull that lever and just fold it up. So it folds up nice and compact. That lever secures it against your vehicle. Let's take some measurements again. Measuring from our rear bumper all the way to the furthest point, which is by that knob for that swing away hitch, it sits at 18½ inches. Big difference compared to when it was folded down. You definitely want it in this position when you're driving around town. Closest point between our bike rack and our hitch or our bumper is at the rear wheel cradle, and it sits at 6 inches away from our bumper. Plenty of space. You don't have to worry about contact between your bike rack and your vehicle. Now let's talk about how it fits into our hitch. This has a 2-inch solid shank. It comes with a tool to help tighten it down, but I recommend with this anti-rattle bolt to use a socket wrench with like a 3/4 socket. That makes it a lot easier to tighten down. It also comes with a lock and a cable lock that locks right into there. That way you're able to secure both your bikes and your bike rack. After you pop it in and tighten it down, you can see how that anti-rattle bolt really takes away most of that sway so that when you're driving around, you have a smoother ride for your bikes. So, my thoughts about this bike rack is I do like how it swings away, as well as how it has that great weight capacity for my heavy electric bikes. I have about 60 pounds to work with for each bike. Now it is a little bit of a process to swing it away, so just remember that you're not in a hurry and that you have to take the time to make sure everything is secure. But once it is, you know that it does work with your vehicle, as well as it doesn't completely obstruct your backup camera here in the back, and your tail lights are completely free, as well as your rear window. So that was a look here at the RockyMounts BackStage 2 bike rack on our 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Once we get to the full speed bumps, we'll see the up and down action. This will be just like driving in and out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement.